Welcome to another episode of Can You Reach That?
Can you reach that?
How are you doing today?
In light of many things, I might.
That aside, that aside,
Honest answer,
yeah, I hear you. No, it's tough. Each day is a struggle. Gotta like Kendrick says, turn the TV off.
Yes,
You gotta turn the TV off.
100% facts. Turn the TV off. But TV includes the micro TV in your
Everything.
pocket.
Yeah,
Turn the
yeah, yeah.
phone off.
Yeah. You gotta turn it all off. For real, for real.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I did have something to present to you. I had a question to see what your thoughts were,
Hit me with it.
and this is a deep one. You
Oh
ready? You,
shit.
you ready for this?
I think so. Let's see.
We talk a lot about cereal. We've talked quite a few times about cereal. We've talked about milk first, cereal first, and all these great, topics around cereal, favorite cereals, you pouring sugar all over sugar cereals.
Love it. Love it.
Is cereal a soup?
Oh my God. What kind of is cereal
Is cereal a
a
soup?
soup?
You have a liquid and you have substance that you put in said liquid and you slurp that mother up. Is it a soup?
I don't think cereal is a soup. I can't I can't with the open conscience
You're
call cereal
you're laughing,
a
which
soup. I'm
means
laughing
you're
because
questioning
I
it.
know no, because I know you're gonna come with some ridiculous
Oh, I'm not gonna give you my exact definitive answer, but I'll present you with some debatable
I
rebuttals.
soup has to be hot. I've never
Says
heard
who?
I've never heard of a cold soup.
Says
Says society. Who's ever eaten have you ever had a cold soup?
I mean, have you
Chicken noodle soup, has that ever
have
been
you
cold?
never had some chicken noodle soup that or some soup in general that you was talking and doing whatever and then it got cold and you was
It
like
got
and
cold.
you ate it.
It
But you
got
but you
cold,
ate it.
but it started off hot.
You ate it cold though.
But it started off hot.
All right, well,
Cereal starts off cold.
so it's in reverse.
Straight out the fridge,
It's in
and then
reverse.
it warms up. Have you ever
Who
done
says
warm
you can't
cereal?
have cereal with hot milk?
That sounds disgusting.
It does, but I'm again rebuttal.
Why would you want to eat cereal with warm milk?
Why wouldn't you?
Because that sounds disgusting.
It does. But I'm sure that there's people that do it.
That sounds like bubble guts. Hey, if you know anybody that eats cereal with warm milk, please let us know in the comments because I would like to talk to this person.
Can you reach that? You see that? Let's talk about it. Be that. Believe that. Let the people know that we see that and what they want to know. Can you reach that? Can you reach that?
And now your host, Tango and Coop.
Can you reach that? Can you reach that?
Can you reach that?
But soup.
Yeah, it's not soup.
Are you sure?
Cereal is not soup.
Crunchy soup?
Nah, I can't get on board with that. Cereal is not soup.
So the contents of your soup must be hot and also soggy, mushy.
Yeah.
You can't have crunchy soup. You can't have cold soup.
The only time you've got crunchy soup is if you've got the crunchy noodle on top
But they get soggy once you put it in the broth.
or crackers. Yeah, it's
Also get soggy.
all soup is going to be
So
soggy.
once again, soggy and hot defines soup. You're saying that cold and or crunchy can't be soup.
Nah,
So
can't do it.
cereal is not a soup.
Not to me. No.
Well, as we do in most of these debates, let's turn it to the public eye and have you guys weigh in. Is cereal a soup? And if it's not, what defines a soup?
Yeah, that's a crazy question. That's a crazy question.
Inquiring minds would like to
Have
know.
you ever had cold soup?
It's what was the Arsenio? Things that make you say,
Things that make you say,
hmm.
Things that make you go, hmm. Who was that? Was that CNC Music Factory?
I don't remember.
Nah.
But
Hey, ladies.
cold soup, man.
Have you ever had a man? Yeah, that's an interesting one. Cold soup and hot. The only hot cereal is like oatmeal,
Right. But again, mushy and hot.
mushy and hot.
And
So
crunchy.
maybe that's a soup.
Crunchy oatmeal. So
Maybe
is that
oatmeal.
is oatmeal a soup
Maybe oatmeal
or
is a
would you
soup.
consider it a
Yeah.
stew?
Oatmeal is a breakfast soup.
Is it a stew because it's thick?
So what's the difference between stew and soup? Now?
Let's go deeper into this conversation.
Man, is oatmeal a stew?
Is oatmeal a stew?
Only if you put meat in it.
Do you want
I feel
meat
like
in
stews.
oat? Hey, I got some pieces of cream oatmeal. Let me
Listen.
put some beef in there.
Nah, you put bacon. Put bacon in there.
Oh, well, bacon will make anything better, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
You put bacon in your oatmeal.
Bacon will make anything better. We already
Yeah.
talked about that. Bacon makes everything better. You could put bacon on top. You could have bacon wrapped bacon, and it becomes bomb.
That's the best
It
kind
makes
of bacon.
better.
Yeah. Different types of bacon. Use some applewood with some
And
pepper.
I still challenge you. I've challenged you in the past. Name something that you can't eat with bacon. Name something that bacon's not going to be better with.
Yeah, probably cereal.
No, if I'm eating cereal and I got some bacon right there, I'm gonna eat it. That's gonna be bomb.
But not bacon in the cereal.
But you're eating it with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't put bacon in your eggs per se.
I do.
I do too.
So
Never mind. But a lot of people eat their bacon with their eggs.
in addition to, yeah.
So I can have my bacon with my cereal.
True.
So
True that. You can have your bacon with your soup.
bacon with my breakfast soup.
Your breakfast
my
soup.
crunchy breakfast soup.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
And if soup is mushy, Raisin Bran? Because Raisin Bran, the second the milk hits it, is just mush. I don't even like Raisin Bran.
Well, I
But
was
it's
gonna
mush.
say the last time I had Raisin Bran, and this was probably
2 scoops?
decades ago. Nah, not even. It was the new when they came out with the Raisin Bran Crunch.
Okay.
So that didn't get soggy.
But let me ask you this, and has nothing to do with the soup debate. How much sugar did you put on that cereal?
Enough. Enough so that by the time I'm done eating, I can scoop sugar off the bottom.
Oh my God.
Like it doesn't even dissolve. Like it's
I'm getting the
It's
shakes
bad.
thinking about it.
It's bad. Honestly, like thank God I'm not diabetic, because honestly I should be.
Scraping piles of
Yeah, man, that's the best
sugar
part.
off the bottom of
That's
the
the
milk
best
bowl
part.
after eating
When
cereal.
you take the spoon and you rub it across the bottom, you hear it sounds like sandpaper because there's so much
Oh my
sugar that
God,
accumulated.
dude, that's too much sugar.
It is.
You know, if you're gonna put sugar on some some cereal that's not sugared, and you're gonna sprinkle it a little bit, that's one thing. But you sound like you just
Nah,
pour.
saturated. Yeah. I pour it like I pour the milk.
You're the dude.
It's like sugar. There's a mound of sugar. There's a mountain of sugar on the top, and then you pour the milk on top of it to
You're the dude that puts the entire 5-pound bag of sugar in the pitcher, pours 1 small packet of Kool-Aid on there, and then fills it with the extra 2 ounces of water that's remaining in the pitcher.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, my Kool-Aid comes with a crunch.
My God, dude.
Yeah, my Kool-Aid comes with you gotta
Crunchy. You're like, oh, I put lots of sugar in my Kool-Aid, and then I top it with sugar cubes
yeah.
as a garnish.
Like I put you know how they have the powdered strawberry quick?
Uh-huh.
Like I've put sugar in that before.
So that's not sweet enough for you.
No. A little extra.
Why is this strawberry quick so salty?
Just a little extra
Let me
sugar
put
on
some
top.
sugar on top.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Like
It was bad. It's
Like,
bad. I've gotten a little better.
I'm getting the shakes thinking
Just
about
thinking
that.
about it, yeah.
Because that's
You
like
need some insulin. You got it.
yeah, I got to somehow calm down my sugar high.
Getting,
I'm getting a sugar contact high based on this
you
conversation.
getting contact diabetes.
I got the diabetes.
Yeah, man.
Nah, dude, that's too much sugar, bro.
It is. I can't lie. It's definitely a lot of sugar. I got a sweet tooth. Like that's my addiction. That's the one thing that I haven't been able to kick is sugar.
There's no sugar on the microphones, right? I mean, just making sure.
Nah.
That's
I
crazy.
took my bump of sugar before I came in.
You walking around with like sugar
I got
packets in your
sugar
pocket
packets
all
in my
day long,
pocket,
just
yeah.
like
I don't have candies. I got sugar packets.
people got the little charms. They got their little bumps in there and the long pinky nails, and you sitting there like, I got my long pinky nail, but it's
Man.
to scoop my sugar.
CNH or nothing, bruh. Like
CNH or not for life.
yeah, man.
So damn.
You like to party? Do some lines of CNH.
Some lines of CNH. And if you want that good stock, we get the raw out.
Ooh, man. Now
Get
you
the raw sugar.
speaking my language. That
And-
pure uncut.
Baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw.
Shout out to Old Dirty.
Yeah, that's too much sugar, man. I'm gonna have to.
It is. I can't even deny it. I can't argue it, but I'm definitely a sugarholic.
Like you lace your sugar drinks with sugar.
pretty much.
Like this Coke doesn't have enough sweet for me. I'm gonna go ahead and
It's not sugary enough.
top this off.
A little extra sugar.
That's crazy.
But then I'll counteract it by eating something salty.
That's not counteracting it.
Yeah,
It's not. It's really not.
have me a bag of Lay's or something to to balance out the sugar spike.
So wow.
Yeah.
This is like if we have any like doctors or nutritionists out there listening, I think they're like, oh man, we need to get a hold of Coop because he's gonna make us rich.
Let's do it. Nah, seriously, if we do a blood test, like I bet I come out clean. I bet I got good vitals.
That's crazy.
Even with all the sugar.
They can be like, oh yeah, this is pure CNH.
Nah. I mean it's again, it's to get from God. Cause like with all the sugar, I should have more cavities than I do.
That's your superpower is you're immune to sugar.
Yeah, just call me Wolverine. Like my body,
It replenishes.
it replenishes,
That's crazy,
takes
man.
that sugar and makes it light work.
Like my stomach is literally turning because like when things are too sweet, that's a wrap. Like
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody likes sweets,
Nah,
but there's stuff that I eat that like I take a bite and I'm like, that's enough.
yeah, it's even if it is enough, it's only a pause. Like if I'm eating something and it's that sweet where I gotta stop, I'm only stopping for like 10 minutes.
Let me take a sip of sugar water to wash this down.
Right. Right.
No, I can't do
Yeah,
it.
man. Like one time it was over the extension of a night, but I did go through like 2 pounds of Skittles in a single.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It was just my tongue was raw from all the chewing of the Skittles. So I would take a break and I'd be like, all right, that's enough. But then like 10 minutes later, I'm like, yeah, I think I want some more Skittles.
These Skittles are delicious.
Do I still got some more?
I can't do it, man.
But that was years ago. I haven't done that in a minute. But I can easily kill a whole family size bag of Skittles.
Well, maybe we'll have to go live and we'll have the chat type in things they want to see you eat, and we'll just have a whole bunch of sugary stuff around. You'll just sit there. And just, we'll do a power hour of Coops eat sugar.
I don't know. I mean, I guess if there's enough demand for it, but I don't know about all of that.
Do y'all want to see Coop pounds of sugar? Some raw CNH. Raw CNH straight to the dome.
Like, is there a Guinness World Book of Record of amount of sugar eaten? Because
I think even Guinness would be like, "Hey, dude, stop, just stop." Like, no,
we got a medic on hand.
they got a mortician.
He said a mortician.
That's a wrap.
Yeah,
man. No, that's too much sugar, man. That's too much sugar.
It is. I'm trying to do better though. I try to eat less.
Eat less or eat less sugar?
Both.
All right.
Both.
Yeah, I can't. That's too much sweet for me. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Are you a salty guy or
I'm salty?
Salty at my sugar?
No, I mean I'm more balanced. Like I like to balance it out. I mean, of course, I like sweets. I like savory. I like the salt. It's like balance and proportion is
moderation.
key. Like
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not gonna pound 2 pounds of Skittles. I'm not gonna pound pound of Skittles.
I go through phases.
So
I go through phases.
I remember when I was younger, I seem to like Skittles more than I like them now. I don't care for Skittles too much anymore.
Yeah, Skittles are something that I got into as I got older. As a kid, it used to be Butterfingers.
Butterfingers is a little bit of a weakness. I enjoy Butterfingers.
Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger. Yeah, that was it as a kid. But like somewhere around puberty, sugar just kind of became a thing, and then I found Skittles, and that was it. So I'm definitely more like sugary candies.
I
over
did
like
enjoy,
chocolate
and I remember
candies.
enjoying Skittles, but I enjoyed the sour Skittles for a while there too. But even that, like now, I'm like, and I love sour candy.
Yeah,
But even now, like Skittles just don't do it. Like I don't know. I guess palate change.
it happens. Definitely happens.
So
But enough about my sugar consumption.
I thought you said you couldn't have enough sugar.
I can't, but I feel like we've been droning on about it. I think everybody gets it. I like sugar.
Coop's got a lot of sugar in his tank.
Yeah,
is what he's saying.
Wow. Cold blooded.
All right. Well,
Cold blooded.
Yeah. In other news, I know we've spoken on it before, but as we get closer to a potential release of GTA 6,
Whoop whoop.
which I am definitely looking forward to. Lots of rumors swirling about gameplay. I saw something that said that you can already drive nearly any vehicle in the car, I mean in the game, any car, any plane that you can get your hands on for the most
Right.
part in GTA 5. But and although they have bicycles, the one thing they don't have, which GTA 6 is rumored to have, is skateboarding.
Okay.
So apparently
You can ride skateboards now.
there's rumors that there'll be skateboards, scooters,
Skate or die.
along with all the other vehicle types and whatnot. Lawnmowers and ride on lawnmowers and go
Riding mowers.
go
That'll be
karts and
crazy.
stuff like that. Well, riding mowers is already in GTA 5, but
Oh,
they're gonna have all that stuff in more in GTA 6. So, looking forward to some of that. Some of the rumors that that I've been hearing about, like committing crimes rather than the cops just immediately just targeting you. That they'll be like, if they see you, they'll target you, obviously chase you. But if you, let's say you kill somebody or you do something of that nature,
and there's no
and you
witnesses.
and you bail out, that they actually set up a crime scene at the area. Like if you were to return either in a disguise or a different car or whatever, you
Yeah,
would see them investigating. They would actually be investigating. You'd see them talking to witnesses, police tape up, whatever, right?
that's
And
crazy.
eventually, as they hone in on a suspect, which will likely eventually be you, because there'll be cell phone footage from other NPCs and whatnot,
Yeah,
that you'll then become a suspect, and if you are seen, they'll target you, and it's you're not going to be able to get by with just like painting your car. No, they're going to find you. So I mean, there's going to be ways to get away. Obviously, that's part of the game as well. But just the dynamics and the
yeah. That's super realistic.
complicity, complicatedness of doing such tasks has increased,
Yeah,
and I think that's pretty cool.
they got CSI in the game now. Wild.
Straight up. So and see, just me playing the game the way I play the game and just being, the fact that you can do whatever. I feel like you got to get extra nefarious, right? So if you're gonna kill some people and you're gonna bail out, and let's say you go swap cars and you drive back to see them investigate, what I'm about to do? All them investigators is getting it, so I'm about to take all them out too.
Plow them over.
I'm gonna shoot the witnesses, the investigators. I'm committing more crime.
That's crazy.
So
I'm gonna be the one guy in GTA trying to stop crime.
like, pull over, sir. That's another rumor though, because GTA 5 has a lot of private servers that do role playing, where you can have actual jobs,
Yeah,
police, whatever like that. So there's a lot of servers that do that, and it's a fun way to play the game as well because it's doable.
right.
They're saying that there's the potential for that to be included. Like right now, in GTA 5, there's online mode and there's story mode, and they're saying in GTA 6 they're likely going to be both, but there's also a potential for them to actually host a similar server of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
role playing, and that would be kind of cool too. Now I think the private ones tend to be more fun because there's different ones that allow for different things, and but the fact that they're taking note of the public, obviously they don't want their games hacked and all that stuff,
Yeah,
but it's going to happen. They're going to crack it. They're going to do whatever they're going to do, and they're going to make private servers, right? But I think the fact that the Rockstar is taking note of that and then what people like and trying to incorporate it is good.
that'll be dope.
So hopefully that is good.
That'll be dope.
So,
Interesting, making it more realistic.
but lots of rumors swirling around the game. I'm excited for it. Lots of you know,
I wonder if they're gonna have Big Boy back on as a radio DJ.
I hope so. And because who's to say they don't have the West Coast Classic station still on there, right?
Yeah,
Because they
yeah.
had all the radio stations, so they could still have the West Coast Classic station on there and have Big Boy. I've read that there's going to be almost double the amount of radio stations from GTA 5, which was already quite a
A
few.
lot, yeah.
Did you hear that there's going to be a dedicated channel?
I heard that they will have a Kendrick Lamar station, GNX Radio.
GNX Radio, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's also something. So
So that'll be dope.
but the content of that radio station isn't disclosed, right? So that's not to say that it's just going to be strictly Kendrick music. You know what I'm saying? It could
All Kendrick all day.
it could be, right? That could
Yeah.
be but it could be GNX radio, and it could be hosted by Kendrick, right? Let's say Kendrick's the radio DJ.
DJ Kendrick Lamar in the house.
Yeah, I mean it could be him hosting, and then maybe the GNX radio is Kendrick playing music he likes.
Yeah.
You know, who knows, right?
All his affiliates, some
So-
SZA, some J Rock. I wonder if they would use any of the TDE or if it's just straight.
Or is he going to play Not Like Us over and over and over and over and over and over? Like that'll be just Not Like Us all
day.
Anytime you tune it in, that's all you hear.
All day. Not Like Us all day, every day. That's an earworm.
And then you find out that it's not called GNX Radio after all. They end up calling it like Drake Radio. A minor.
Man, a Drake radio station would be crazy.
I wonder if
they should
Rockstar should facilitate that.
Yeah.
So did you have both?
You got a Kendrick station and a Drake station,
and then they could monetize and see who gets
the more plays.
Track those analytics. Yeah. That'd be hilarious.
That'd be wild. Because Drake has a crazy extensive collection. Like, granted, I look at it like as if they were boxers, you know, Drake definitely lost this round. But as a competitor, you know, like he's been at the top of the game for at least a decade. Putting out number ones, putting out bangers, club hits. He had us all singing God's plan, you know. You disagree?
I'm not. I was never heavy Drake.
No?
I mean, he had some stuff that was like, you know, obviously, you know, earworms, right? You get some stuff that's catchy, whatever. But I mean, you can. I will gladly give you my phone and look through my main playlist that has, you know, 4,000 plus songs, and you
not much Drake in there.
You're not going to see that a lot in there. And you know what's crazy is and I know we've talked about our R&B and missing the real R&B anymore.
Yeah.
But Anthony Hamilton and the Hamiltones, when they were backstage just singing, messing around, and there's a video on YouTube of it, and they were singing Drake. Late night when you need my love, call me almost, and then the way they was doing it,
yeah.
Hey, if they would have dropped that as a track, I would have that on the playlist. Like the way they were doing it was fire.
Yeah.
It was just fire. It made me. They took that song and added soul to it.
Right.
And I was like, wow, like this is dope.
Yeah.
And so when I hear the Drake version of that song, like I'll listen to it, but in my head I'm hearing the Hamiltones because I know it. Like that would be such a fire song. Like so much better. So that's where I'm at.
That Hotline Bling. Nah, I mean, hate him or love him, like I don't feel like you can deny his significance to
Right. No, I mean I won't.
To the genre, to hip hop.
I won't.
The collabs that he did, the people that he's put on. And not to say that, you know, these names weren't like 21 Savage, the Futures, the 2 Chainz, like all of these people in their own right are dope MCs. But I do feel like Drake exposed them to a new audience. Drake gave them a bigger stage for them to be bigger than they are.
I give that.
Nah, and I'm not saying that makes Drake the best rapper ever or the greatest rapper or anything like that. It just makes him consistently relevant.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Understood.
Like I'm not saying he's like the dopest lyricist or the dopest MC ever. I'm just saying dude.
Arguably, he has some great lyrics, but those great lyrics a lot of times were borrowed from other people's bars.
Man, yeah, he's definitely borrowed a lot of music.
So,
yeah, he sure has. TLC, Beyonce. Yeah, he's taken from a lot of people.
Rapping Forte.
The
thing is like, I get paying homage, right?
Yeah,
I get it. But when does paying homage become just, I don't know, stealing?
If you're not
you're plagiarizing. I mean,
yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
That's a gray area.
Borrowing a bar for an inspiration on a verse, or borrowing a line to and especially when you do a callback, right? And you reference not only the line but the artist itself,
Yeah.
I get it. But when you take in like half a verse or a whole verse, almost nearly a whole verse, and you might have switched a couple words.
Yeah.
That's that's not even like creative writing anymore. That's just
Like a reinterpretation.
like you remember when Melania came out with her speech and it was basically like Michelle Obama's speech.
Yeah.
Like that's what it reminds me of.
That's straight plagiarism. Yeah.
Right, and that's what it
Totally.
reminds me of.
Totally.
So, but that's as much politics as we'll speak. But yeah, I back to GTA, man. Like all the rumors swirling, I'm looking forward to playing, man. I still play GTA 5 online a lot. A couple of my friends play, so we get on there and we do all kinds of nonsense. But
Yeah, I'll probably get it. That's one of the ones that I dabble with a little bit.
yeah, yeah. I know
I'll
you're
probably
not
pick that
you're
one
not
up.
huge into gaming anymore.
Nah.
Got to get you back. I remember when you was big on the DJ. What was it?
DJ Hero?
The DJ Hero.
Yeah, I did used to play that one a lot.
I remember you was big on the DJ Hero.
Always fancy myself. I mean, I've always been interested in DJing. I've always liked DJing. My cousin used to have a setup in his living room, so anytime I go over there, I would just spend hours on his turntables mixing
Right,
shit up.
right.
But yeah, that's they came out with DJ Hero. I was like, yeah, this is
I'm
DJ
gonna be a
Hero,
DJ Hero.
Guitar Hero.
See, I never played any of the heroes, but I did buy DJ Hero just because it looked interesting,
Yeah,
and I played it for a little bit. It was alright, but then like I got
yeah,
tired of the same songs over and over.
it's kind of corny. I enjoyed it though.
But it was a cool concept.
Yeah,
I wish they would have built it out more and just kept adding more and more songs, and it just didn't come out with enough as far as.
they don't. I feel the same way about Beat Saber on the
Oh, well, it's the
VR.
beauty of Beat Saber is if you go get the third party mods, you can get pretty much any song you want.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of sites where they have new levels that are based off of songs that aren't available officially.
Yeah,
So
because officially there's not a lot of hip hop. There's a lot of rock.
I love playing my VR. Like I had the first Oculus that you were tethered to the computer. You
Yeah,
had to have a good graphics card. I had that one. I got the wireless since then. I got the Pro now. I have the PlayStation one. Like I love VR, but I have a problem, and that is that I am cursed with the genes that leak. So if I move even remotely for 30 seconds, 10 seconds, I'm sweating. I'm leaking. So when I started getting into some of those games and doing some of the stuff, and there's so much motion that comes with it,
yeah,
my God, dude, like
just drenched, huh?
like I ended up buying the different faceplate that has the foam padding or whatever.
Yeah,
It's more absorbent.
yeah.
So I have that on the face mask. I have a thing that goes around the back of your head that helps with sweat. Cause yeah, dude, like I move around and I'm just like I'm immediately I'm drenched.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's genes though,
Sweat easily, huh?
but it's fun though. I love VR. I love getting into VR and just playing and just all the different games. Like I remember when I got one of the first, I think it was the first Oculus, the tethered one. But they had I can't remember what it's called now, but I think it's called VR Climber or something like that, where you're rock climbing.
Yeah.
I remember doing that one, and I'm terrified of heights, dude. And it's convincing, even though it's a little bit cartoony. It's convincing. The heights is convincing,
Right, right.
and the depth of perception it gives. Like, man, that used to terrify me, but that game was fun. I used to climb all the way up, and you'd climb all the way up to these peaks, and yeah, man, I used to love that game, dude. That game was crazy, and there was a few games on there that just it was incredibly fun, man.
Yeah.
But
Nah,
yeah,
I like it.
all that motion.
Certain games I can't do. I tried doing one. I don't know if it gave me vertigo or whatever.
I
But
haven't had any of that yet. I know a lot of people say that. I haven't had any of that
the
yet.
only time it happened was when there was I can't remember if it was Ready Player One, whatever game it was. You climb up a wall and then you like glide off to the next landing or whatever. Something about that gliding just completely threw my equilibrium off.
Ready Player One's a movie.
That is a movie. Well, then maybe that's not the game I'm thinking. Population One.
Oh yeah, the one that was like the Fortnite inside
Yeah.
of yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like
Population One. Yeah.
the Royale. I never played that one. I did play. So there was a game called what is it called? Something hot. It wasn't like realistic graphics by all means. It was
Hot potato.
no. It was
Hot like fire.
it was kind of like stick figures to a certain degree, digital stick figures, if you will. But
Hot Tua.
your movement created their movement.
Mm,
So if you move fast, they move fast.
right.
And it was it
Oh,
was it was so it was a puzzle, right? But it
yeah.
was almost like some John Wick. Like you'd reach over and you have to pick up a gun, but all of this motion is creating them coming
Them
towards you,
making motion.
encroaching,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
you couldn't let them either kill you or touch you. So you'd have to pick up the gun. You could shoot them. You could throw the gun at them when it ran out of bullets. You could pick up cups, whatever, right? Everything was a weapon, or you could punch them.
So is it one of
But
those
you're
ones where if you move forward, they move forward, but if you move back, they move back? Or
no
any movement you
any
did, they
movement, their
moved?
movement comes
Yeah.
forward. They encroach, and same thing. Like they're shooting bullets, but if you freeze, their bullets stop too. So you can stop for a second, look around with
And
your
then
eyes, see there, and then you can figure out which way you want to move.
yeah.
But yeah, you had to go through, and they got more and more intense because you had people coming from behind you, from the sides, from behind walls, and bullets are flying here. You could shoot one dude, throw your gun at the next, catch the guy who you just shot's gun, pick that up, shoot over here, and I mean, it's literally John Wick. And if you got good at it, you could do it fast.
That's
But
crazy.
that one used to get me, man. You'd be sweating just moving all that. But I remember beating that game, man. But that game is crazy. The levels on that game were nuts. Graphically, it's not impressive because it's not realistic anything.
Right.
It's almost like you're in like what you would see like on Tron or something, like in some sort of virtual deck. You see
Yeah.
these digital figures coming at you, digital blocks and walls and stuff.
Yeah.
But that game was super fun, like super
That's
fun.
dope.
But there's a lot of VR games, man. I love playing my VR.
Yeah. I picked up a VR
Th-
golf game.
there's a bar fight one. Have you messed with
Bar fight one? I haven't seen that one.
where you literally go into a bar and you just start a
Start
fight
fighting
and
shit.
there's like
Man,
darts and everything's a weapon. It's stupid,
that's
but
crazy.
it's fun.
I haven't seen that. I've seen those the mixed reality ones where it
Or it uses your house.
yeah.
Yeah, those are cool too.
Yeah.
The bar fight one there's a cowboy bar, there's like a regular sports bar, and then there's like a
Space bar.
there's like a the rooftop.
A space
And you
bar.
go up to the top that you can literally throw people off the roof, dude. Like
That's crazy.
it's nuts. It's like yeah.
Man.
There's and there's even a convenience store across the street that you can go in and like get products off, throw stuff around, and I think there's an airport terminal or a bus terminal or something like that too. Where you
Yeah.
go in. But it's VR is nuts.
I wonder if they're gonna do a VR GTA.
There's mods for that.
That would be interesting.
There is mods for that. You can do that on Oculus Revive. So, yeah.
Living inside the GTA
Tech-
world.
Technology is nuts.
It really is. And it's
and-
only getting better. This AI stuff
I
is
was gonna tell you, man. Technology, inside of the new EVs and stuff. Like, have you seen some of the Chinese manufacturers' EV cars? Like,
yeah, those things are crazy.
it's when you see what some of those cars can do, you understand why the U.S. bans them from being over here because Tesla would collapse.
Right.
Like they're
Yeah, we can't hold a candle.
I think with the Tesla, like me personally, I'm not too big of a fan. I think they have good technology. I think the cars themselves have great technology. I don't like the builds of the car.
Right. Yeah, I heard the build quality is crap.
Yeah, so I'm not really a big fan of those cars. But some of the Chinese companies, their EVs are amazing. They do some crazy stuff. They have this sound. It's like this sonic technology where you hit this button, and you can no longer hear what's going on in the back seat. There's no wall or nothing that comes up, but it uses sound to mute
Yeah. To
anything.
cancel out the noise in the back. Yeah.
It's really a trip. But
Yeah.
there's some dope cars, man. But I did see that there's a new manufacturer, and I think you mentioned it as well, right? The new manufacturer in the U.S. of EVs that are now available.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's the first black owned electric car company. Don't know if you heard about that. The name of the car is the Avani.
I did see a clip. I did see a clip of that.
So, and that one looked like it had some really cool touches on it as well.
Right.
I thought the interior looked really nice.
Yeah, it was clean. I didn't hear a price point or anything on it though.
No,
but-
price point and availability. It says it's available. Like it says you can order the car. I don't know what there's if
Starting
there's a
point.
waiting. I don't know if there's
Yeah.
a waiting list or if they have them readily available. I don't know the details yet. But from the video that I was seeing, the interior looks really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, the car itself looks pretty nice. I'm not gonna say it's too fancy or too unique. It looks like a car, but it's a startup, right? That doesn't mean that style can't change as they grow.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I think it's good. I think we need more of that. Not just in America, from having say importing those Chinese cars, which would be great. I think it gives options. I think the world needs to stop with the trade blocks and then just share amongst the world so we can be a great world.
Yeah.
But in that aside, U.S. grown car makers, especially now that it's steering away, not steering away, but adding to the combustion engine by having EVs out there, you're going to see more startups because now it's more of a device in a
Right.
sense as opposed to a car.
Right.
So
It's impressive. It's impressive to see a black EV manufacturer. Because I mean, we don't surprisingly after all these years, like there is no real like minority car manufacturer.
right,
So it's kind of surprising to see
yeah,
that
it's called Derek Automotive.
Derek Automotive, yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think is
yeah.
what it's called. So,
So shout out. I mean, I think it's dope. I think it's great not only for the fact that it is n- like you just said. It's not like your Ford, your all the automakers who are predominantly
white
it's a white.
or South African.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's white. Uh, uh, that's fantastic in itself because it needs to happen, right?
Yeah.
I want to see because it's half of those cars were, even though there's a name on it or there's a name tied to it, like the South African car company Tesla.
Yeah.
It wasn't invented by that person.
Right.
These were built by other people,
Right.
and it was purchased. Like that particular car company was purchased
Yeah.
when it was pretty much ready to launch anyways, or just slightly after it launched. But this one was ground up, and I think it's dope. And I think that there's a lot of people out there with the capability of creating, and
Yeah.
it should happen. The more competition, the better. I think
I agree. That's the whole purpose of the free market.
yeah.
Should be anyway. That's why they try to do these antitrust laws and everything like that.
And like I said, the car itself, the Avani, the interior looked amazing. I thought it looked really good. For an independent company, looked well built.
Yeah.
So
I'm here for it. I'm happy to see it. I hope they can get their name in the conversation cuz right now it's basically and electric Honda's been doing electric cars since the late 90s because they had that Insight, I believe it was called.
yeah, it was like an electric
Looked
hybrid
like a
type
little
joint.
wind up toy or
That was the
whatever.
one with with the fender
Yeah, it
skirts.
had the skirts on it.
We
Yeah.
used to call it skirts with wheels.
Looked like a teardrop.
Man, I that car was ugly.
It was.
That
But
was one of the worst cars ever.
for them to be doing electric cars back then,
Right.
for all the hybrids to come out, as it is right now when it comes to EVs, you're either thinking Tesla or you're thinking Rivian. I feel like those are the big two names. So
Well, from what I've seen in some of the statistics is that Ford actually with the launch of the Mach E and the Lightning, Mach E more so though. They're actually a huge share of the market right now.
oh really?
Yeah, I mean, police departments have actually started purchasing Mach E's. So,
That's cool.
but yeah, I mean, I want to see more because what's going to end up happening with all that competition is it balances price points too.
Right. Right.
So having more independent companies such as Derek Automotive come out with new vehicles, it's just, and that's what China's doing, right? There's like, I don't even know how many EV dealers there are now, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
So and like I said, this is changing over from the idea of a combustion engine to electric, which is essentially a device like your cell phone, right? It's a
Yeah.
device. It's now an electronic device, which is why Sony started making their car. And other electronic companies are kind of looking at that as well. Apple, obviously, there's been the rumor of the Apple car for a long time now. I've heard that's being squashed as of late, that they're stopping their project or whatever. But nonetheless, since it's considered more of a device that rather than a traditional car, you're gonna see more pop-ups,
Yeah.
and I'm here for it. I mean,
Makes sense.
it's pretty dope. I hope that Derek Automotive with the Savani car and whatever else they come out with, I hope they do what Rivian and what Lucid and a bunch of other more independent EV makers did, which was kind of do a tour where they go from to different major cities and they set up a spot where you can sign up like on some site to grab a ticket and you're able to go test drive.
Yeah,
Like
that'll be cool.
set up test drive, have a few of the cars out there that people can walk through and look at,
Yeah.
but then have one or two of them on a small track or something in a parking lot where you can do a test drive
I used to love going to those.
because it gets people more engaged, it gets people more in touch, and
Yeah.
it does nothing but positive for your
Expands your
you know. So
audience. Yeah.
I would definitely sign up to test drive because I mean, like I said, I saw the video. It looked like a pretty cool car. Test it out. I mean, I did that with Lucid. I think the Lucids are amazing cars. I think they're doing I when I look at the Lucid now at this point, I look at it as more of a luxury EV
Mhm.
because they have that very luxurious vibe to the interior, to
Yeah.
the car itself. They're sleek. I mean, they're so I think when you look at EVs, there's a lot of EVs out there. I think in my book, I look at them as the more
The luxurious
luxurious
arm
EV.
of
Yeah.
EVs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
So
high-end brand.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. I mean, I look at the Teslas as like the Hyundais and the Hondas, the Toyotas of the EV world.
Yeah.
Along with you have the Toyotas and the Hyundais and the Kias. I think they're all in the same class. I think they do have upper models. I mean, there's probably something coming and I know like say Cadillac, right? Cadillac has the EV Escalade. They have the Lyric that are considered on the luxury end, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I place Lucid at this point. Like since they're only an EV maker, I feel like there's not very many EV makers. There's Lucid, there's Tesla, there's Rivian, and there's a few others, right? Fisker collapsed, of course, we know that. But even if you were to include Fisker, I think out of those, Rivian is your sporty. It's your you can definitely use it to haul truck.
Yeah.
I feel like it's that. You have your Teslas that are your everyday, and I feel like you have your Lucids, which are your luxury. I mean, my opinion.
No, I don't disagree.
So,
I feel like that's right on par
but
with.
shout out to Derek Automotive. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully they do a tour. I want to go test drive.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Maybe they'll have a display at the auto show.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
I'm not big into electric cars yet. They haven't really sparked my fancy.
I like the idea of it. I'm okay with it. I do think that there's still work to be done. I think we need, you know,
The infrastructure is not quite there yet.
infrastructure is huge, and I'd like to see 600 plus mile ranges.
Mhm.
I think we need once we get to 600 plus mile range vehicles. I think it's you're settling in now at that point, and even infrastructure, right? I think um corporate or not corporate commercial buildings. Think of all the commercial space across the nation.
Yeah.
I'm talking about your Walmarts, your Targets, your shopping malls, all that places, right? Those property owners, if you want to talk about incentives or tax breaks or whatever, those property owners give them a slight tax break in order to use their roof space to install solar and then require them in order to get the tax break. Not only can you use the roof, but it require them to have a set amount of charging stations in their parking lots.
Yeah.
So right now, by law, based on the size of your parking lot, you have to have a certain amount of handicap spots. Right?
Right.
There's a ratio. I don't know what that ratio
1 to
is.
25.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. For every
So
25 spots, one handicap
one
space.
handicap. Okay, so there you go. So do the same thing, not the same ratio, but do the same thing for EV. You have for every X amount of spots, you have to have a charger station, and in order to park in those charger stations, you have to have
An
an
EV.
EV.
Right.
So, and I think that that's your start with your infrastructure because now you're using essentially free energy, right? You're using the
Yeah.
sun. You might have some of those places may have battery backups, to store, but nonetheless, you're using solar to plug in. Now, do you charge for those? I don't think so. I think when you pull up at a Target or you pull up at a mall or you pull up at some of those places and you pull into one of those spots, you're charging from the sun, so you're charging. It's not going to be a fast charger
Right.
because it's just regular. But nonetheless, that's your incentive. You're offering your rooftop and these EV parking spots as incentives to get a tax break. In turn, you're boosting your customer base because they're getting to charge for free.
For free, right?
So I think it's a full churn, and I think that works. Now you take that same ideology for industrial buildings, right? Solar panels on top of all these industrial buildings in all these industrial areas, right? And now that energy is stored because you're not sure you can put a couple charging stations for employees, right? But
Yeah,
essentially that's stored energy. Then that energy is stored and used for other ways of charging EVs or even
or
just powering
whatever.
the
Yeah,
grid, powering
yeah.
the grid
Put
in
it back
general,
into the
right?
grid. Yeah,
So, and I think that's how you build up your structure. Right now, there's a lot of ways of that they have been building out, but the problem is a lot of those charging stations are powered by diesel
diesel
generators,
powered. Yeah,
and so you're kind of being a little bit counterproductive. So,
defeats the whole purpose.
but solar is solar, right? So all you need to do is just up the manufacturing of solar panels and solar cell technology, and
Yeah,
put it on top of as many buildings as you can put on.
that's a whole industry that could be U.S. based. Solar
I
panels.
know they have solar farms, right? You see them driving to Vegas. There's solar farms out in the desert, and they have all these solar panels. And I don't know if you've seen it, but they have like this large
The reflect.
mirror, and
Yeah,
it reflects that energy down. So
yeah.
it's and those are fine, right? That's great. But you have a lot of
Space.
populated space that can also do the same thing. You don't need to necessarily have the reflection, but you can just put the panels on all
Just
these
to collect the
rooftops.
sun. Yeah, rooftops, parking lots. Like you've seen them. A lot of the schools have, the solar panels
Yeah,
providing shade in the parking lots, but also collecting sun and making energy.
yeah, and there could just with that being said, there could be office spaces that maybe they don't have large rooftops, right? But they have parking lots. So you put those shades over the parking spots that have solar panels on top.
Right,
Now that can either be used to charge EVs in your lot or it can be used to store. And
right.
you put it to the grid. I feel like that's a big part of the infrastructure needs to happen, but there's a lot of bureaucratic processes in place that have to.
Yeah, that make it hard. Unless you
Yeah,
got billions, then you can
that-
just slide right past all that bureaucracy.
yeah, and you can monopolize it so that it makes you rich.
Yeah, but who would want to do that?
So no more politics. Yeah, but yeah, I'll be interested to see all these new companies coming up that are putting out EVs. Man, I'm a tech nut, man, and I look at these EVs as tech gadgets at this point, and
Yeah,
so I'm very into that idea. But on the other page, completely opposite of technology, I saw you got a new pair of shoes that are not very technologically advanced.
so you're not talking about my Adapt 11s?
No, 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 not at all. Those are old. But I did see you
Yeah, the
copped some
lucky
J's.
the lucky shorts, the lucky short threes. Yeah. Shout out to wifey, always keeping me laced. That was my Valentine's present.
That's what's up.
She got me some pops and some shoes.
I got the Galaxy foams.
Ooh, nice.
So
To wear or
uh yeah, they'll get worn.
they'll get worn?
Um I tried to get them back in 2012, man. That was rough, but now that they're re-released, I was able to cop a pair, so
You pumped?
I'm kind of happy. I got some Galaxy foams.
That's fire.
So
Yeah, still not a fan of the foams.
that's cuz you never had them. You got to get some.
Yeah, true.
They don't
Probably.
they don't crease.
That just seems like a lot of money to pay for a shoe. I still haven't got, even though I've
There's Jordans that have been equal price. There's a lot of Jordans dropped that were 240, 220, 230. That's
yeah,
about the range of your foams. So
yeah,
and your Jordans will crease.
I don't care.
Your foams will not.
I'm actually not interested in keeping my shoes crease free. Like I want my shoes to be worn. Like
Oh no, I'm down to wear them, but if I can wear them longer
I beat
because they're not
these.
creasing and
I
they're not cracking, I'm down.
I beat these motherfuckers. Like I didn't spend all this money to not wear them.
Now another pair of shoes is coming up early April. I'm looking forward to is them Kobe Pro Dodger editions.
Oh, okay.
Gotta
Those would
get
be
those
nice.
the blue Dodger editions. It got the little red stitching, looks like the ball on,
Yeah.
on the tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah,
I'm
not
looking
me.
forward to those.
if I was gonna pick up anything, it'd probably be the cool gray nines.
Cool Gray 9s. Oh, those are coming up too.
Yeah, end of the month.
Yeah.
I want to say they're dropping. That that's a. I probably won't get it, but like if I was gonna get
I
one,
think you have all the Cool Grays. You might as well just add them.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the gray colorway. I mean, I got the 11 cool grays. Most of my shoes have like a
So
gray and white.
maybe we need to turn you on to the Wolf Gray foams.
I mean, that if I did get one, that'd probably be the one. That'd probably be the one. You give me a gray foam, that'd probably be the one that I would get. But I like the gray. I'm just not a fan of loud patterns, loud colors, loud shoes. Like they just don't appeal to me. I've always been kind of the low key, subdued.
Don't like the loud colors coming from the dude with the underbody RGB kit on his car.
That's different. That's the car. That's the car. The car's loud for me. I'm not the loud guy.
The loud guy driving the loud car.
I've always been pretty simple, solid colors, minimal logos outside of my own shit. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of advertising other people's shit unless you pay me for it.
But you're rocking Jordans.
But they don't have the swoosh on them. All they have is the Jordan.
They have
That's why I like the threes, because they just have they don't have the Nike swoosh.
Right.
That's why I'm an avid fan of the threes, because I'm not out here promoting Nike. It's Jordan. It's a black shoe as far as I'm concerned. Even though Nike makes it like all black everything.
So why'd you get the triple blacks?
Triple black.
Anything.
Not the color, just the
Nike has all of it. There's always the triple blacks.
I don't want the black color. I'm just saying. Black
That's is what would racist against shoes be? It would be shoeist? Are you shoeist?
I'm a shoeist. I'm a shoeist. Yeah.
No, I like color. I agree with you though. I like the neutrals. I'm a big fan of, I mean, a lot of my shirts are gray. I like a lot of gray shirts, black shirts. But then at the same time, I do like a splash of color from time to time. So
Yeah. Like you won't catch me with no Volt, you know.
I have the Volt foams.
Yeah. See, I couldn't.
Those are amazing.
I couldn't do that. That's on
Highlighter
some
yellow.
alien shit. Like
Highlighter
I can't.
yellow, and they got the Volt bottoms dropping like in a couple weeks. They're all black. They're
Yeah,
matte
I
black.
seen those.
And then just the bottom, the soles is Volt.
Yeah, can't do it. Not for me. Cool shoe, but not for me.
Yeah, I'm weird. I like all different. Them Galaxies is fire. It's got the Galaxy on it, dude.
They are nice, but that's too much for me. I like it simple.
And it's dark. They're dark.
But
Got some stars.
It's all sparkly.
It's got some stars. The bottoms glow in the dark.
Do they? That's
Of course
cool.
they do.
That's cool. Well, that makes sense. Galaxy. Yeah. Hit them with some UV lights.
Charge them up.
Charge them up.
So the cool gray. So that's on your list. You're gonna cop those.
No, I'm not gonna cop them. But if I
You
was,
said you were gonna cop these, so I'm gonna go with you're gonna cop them.
But I didn't.
I know
cop 'em.
you didn't technically cop them. So
if wifey gets them for me, then hey, I can't.
And I feel like that's why you mentioned on the show, so that when wifey hears the show, she goes, "Oh, so he wants those." Cool. That's where she gets your birthday wish and your quizzes list and all the lists come.
Hey, that's funny you say that.
podcast.
That's funny you say that. The birthday is coming up.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
don't buy him the cool grade 9s. He doesn't want them.
Yeah, that'll be one. And I don't have, that'll be my first pair of 9s too.
I had the black and white 9s.
Did you have the? Yeah.
A while back. So, but
Yeah, I'm more a fan of the color than the shoe at that too.
yeah, the 9s aren't necessarily my favorite style. They're okay. Depends on the color.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not the top of my list on the Jordan.
Yeah. Threes are overall as a shoe period. Like I like the threes. Threes are my top shoe. Not a,
Twos,
I like
twos are cool. Ones are good.
I'm not a fan of the twos.
Twos are okay. Threes are okay. I like the 4s. I like the 5s.
I'm not a fan of the 5s. Fours are all right.
Dope.
I don't have any 4s.
I like the 7s.
I have a pair of 7s, but I hardly ever wear them.
And of course, you can't go wrong with the 11s. I don't like the hoop in them, but I like the 11s.
11s are cool. I got a couple pairs of 11s.
And then 12s, 13s, and 14s for me all depend on color. And then after 14, I'm kind of done.
Yeah. I feel like they lost it after that.
So, but yeah, Jordans. But yeah, I am gonna try to get the Dodger Kobe's.
That's dope.
I think those are dope. Those will make up for me missing out on the Italian camo. I didn't get to get those.
Yeah. I'm not a Kobe fan.
So
I'm not a Kobe fan. I'm not a Bron fan. I'm not a fan of any of those shoes, really. The Kyries I kind of like. I don't have any, but
the Kobe's are by far, especially the Proto 6s, man. They're by far. No, because even the 9s are between the Proto 6s and the 9s, as far as like being active and actually hooping.
yeah, great shit to hoop
Probably
in.
some of the best shoes I've ever worn hooping in. Just comfortable, grip, like the way they just feel, the way they, I don't know, just
Yeah,
overall, I think those are some of the best shoes. So, and it just helps that they're stylish.
that's true.
So,
All right.
black top. Sorry, I said stylish. So, I was going to black top, Billie Eilish.
Black, yeah,
No, earworm. Just, it triggered.
yeah.
It triggered.
You know what that makes me think of? Red rose, white ceiling. No,
We're going there. Would I wear my Kobe's?
yeah.
So
You wear them in a red rose, white ceiling. Yeah,
I don't have a red rose, so I can't.
can't reach that.
So I don't have a white ceiling either. So I can't reach that.
No, you got that. You got that moonroof ceiling.
I do have the moonroof ceiling.
Yeah.
All glass.
Fancy.
All glass top.
Fancy.
Yes, sir.
Talk about a fishbowl.
Fishbowl.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we've reached it. We didn't get to all our topics. I guess we'll save some for next week.
Word. I'm down.
So
Until next time.
I need all y'all to like, subscribe, follow,
Comment, share.
and let us know if you can reach that, because we've reached that.
Can you reach that?
Can you reach that?
Can you reach that?
Can You Reach That? Brought to you by Double One Entertainment in Coopersville. Hosted by Tango and Coop. And created and edited by Tim Greenlee and Brandon Adolphus. Music, sound design, and editing by Michael B. That's me. Visual art and graphic design by Jonathan Greenlee. Additional visual design by Timothy Greenlee.